So this is a functional part, but it's not from this version, it's from the previous Range Rover Sport 2006 to 2009, or the LR320 to then. That connects to the transmission. We're obviously going to be leaving this. The fact means that we can actually start out the engine without the transmission from the relay. But troubleshooting would mean that at times we need the transmission to be there, so it will start from the starter button in the vehicle. So if we have just the transmission TCM installed, we can start it from the button. Now that's the reason we'll have this here. So we're not going to have the entire transmission there, but we'll just have the TCM and this connected to it. That way the PCM, the power control unit, or the ECM gets to think that the gearbox is installed, and we can just start with the starter button. So we're taking out this front frame. All we need is the radiator in front of the vehicle to run the engine. So the air conditioner components will not be installed yet. So with this out, it's easy to pop the engine in and out. So this vehicle has been codenamed Brabbit as the test rabbit. That is the transfer case module. We're still going to leave that because it's a part of the high communication network. So we'll definitely need the ABS module. The ABS module is what gives the PCM the information that there's enough pressure from the pedal to start from the button. We're going to have a bit of a problem here because to program the ABS module that's not brand new, you need to go through the engineering mode as like right into the ECU directly. So that's going to be one of the problems we encounter, but we'll get through that. This is the amplifier unit that's out of here. We're just going to keep this somewhere. So when we do the full restoration sometime in December, we'll get this part back in. What's today's date?
Saturday is 30th.
Okay. So this was the day you yanked it out.
That you have the call.
Okay.
Okay, Brabbit.
Yes, sir.
So on.
So what we're doing right now is that we're taking a list. This is another project completed. Story for another day. So we're taking a list from this. We have very little time. We have an engine coming in a few hours. We have very little time to get Brabbit ready to receive the first engine. So we're doing a list of all the components that we'll need. Those here? Yeah, come with your stuff now. Come with your pen and paper so you can get into the parts store and get So the first thing is the radiator and these shrouds.
Radiator.
So this is the part guy. This is going to go into the part shop to get those parts out for us. We have them in stock. What we don't have in stock, we'll order from the local salvage market called
ABS.
Ladipo.
ABS mode, complete ABS. Set up.
So those fuses, we're going to check the other car outside, that LR first, and see if we can get the fuses out of there. But just write everything down so we don't have.
Set of fuses are removed. Rebels.
The Brabbit already have the full starting kit now.
Oh.
And that's the full starting kit.
That means we need the transfer case.
Transfer case module is already there. That's what I showed to you there. Yes, now that's transfer case module. So the transfer case module for the 2010 to 2013 was moved from close to the PCM and the battery to that because they had a lot of problems with water seeping into the transfer case.
We have negative.
Radiator fan.
So most of those parts might be here, which eventually means we still have to open this rear door to get those parts out to look for them. But the driver and the co-pilot in the cockpit, don't turn that thing too much. Don't turn, otherwise you might cut the that lock spring. Once it's free, that lock spring inside there, once you turn it, it will cut it off. So find a way to tie the steering so it doesn't turn. So we're going to make the pilot and the cockpit chair available because when you're taking parameters from running the engine, this is where you're going to sit and you have to be comfortable. One of the most difficult tasks we're going to face today is to get the parts out of the part shop. We have two part shops. This is where we have some of the new, semi-new parts, and over here is the full stuff for the old parts. So we actually built this earlier to handle some parts, but we have so many parts that it got filled up so fast. We eventually have to do a full revamp of the parts departments. Dozie has gotten the collection of harness links out, so we're probably going to get the harness from one of these, a lot of them here. So we're going to sort them out and get everything out. This is a V6 rebuild. Interestingly, we have so much problems from the V6 engines. So also starting out a project to drop the V8 engine unit into the V6 cars, because when you look at the consumption, the fuel consumption is not too different, and the performance and the torque of the V8 is the real Range Rover V8. That's what the performance is. This is a V6 engine we're rebuilding. Problems with the internals. So on our store we have a lot of these parts coming in. If you want to replace your engine parts, we'll be able to supply that anywhere in the world. We can send you these engine parts to anywhere in the world. And there's a new build I'm going to try out. I'm going to drop the V8 engine unit in the V6 body. because looking at the figures and the stats and from our own experience, the performance of the V6 far exceeds that of the V8, and the fuel consumption is not that different, and the torque from the V8 is the real Range Rover torque and not the V6. The V6 feels weak, even while being compared to the old V8 normally aspirated engines. The V6 is weak. So I'm going to start at that project. I'm going to drop in the V8 engine in the V6 configuration and test it out. We alter all the maps on the ECU and have it reprogrammed and test it out, and let's see how that goes. I think what we can even do, we can compare, drop in the V8 normally aspirated in this body and compare it, do a long-term comparison with the V6. Let's see how that goes. Then we can have a whole new build, a whole new episode of dropping the V8 and the V6. Now that I thought about it, I'm so excited. I think I will start that project immediately after I finish with Brabbit. We're going to be running the V6 supercharged to the V8 NA normally aspirated conversion, and we'll compare both cars and see which does better. If the V8 outperforms it, that's a whole new range of conversion process. Talk as they talk again. Why you know they talk as they talk again when I start to record? Okay, so in a few moments we're going to start fitting in the starting kit, which is the instrument cluster, the body control module, the BCM, all this interior starting unit, the starter button, and all we need to have the engine running in a few hours. So I don't know how possible that is, but we're going to give it a try. 4 hours? 4 hours to get this together.
Complete ABS, set of fuse and
That ABS, most of those things you have to go and check inside your part shop.
some of this, I know some of this we will check.
Okay.
Should we remove the one that we fix, that we just brought from, that we fix in that car? We start removing our own.
Yes. Straight, all our static kit. Put it back
So
here. Yes.
these are the list I gave to you.
Okay.
Radiator, complete ABS,
Yes.
set of fuse and relays,
Yes.
expansion tank,
Yes.
radiator hose, return and supply, negative and positive terminal, radiator fan, radiator clips, complete set of intake manifold, and a manifold plastic 3, map airflow, 2, exhaust, expansion tank, return and supply hose, engine harness,
All right.
of which you have, we'll check our
Yes.
servo to engine hose,
Okay.
engine cluster, it comes with that
Good.
complete. Starting button,
Good.
handbrake module,
All right.
fuel pump and fuel pump module,
Fantastic.
set of fuel pump hose,
Good.
fuel tank.
Fantastic. So let's see what we can get now. So we know what we're there. We only have 4 hours.
Okay, sir.
All right. For every workshop and every workspace, there's always a thinking spot, frustration spot, and thinking spot, and brainstorming spot. Whenever you have problems and whenever you have issues and if you're feeling bad, at this spot you sit. This is my spot. This is that spot. So I'm here, I'm thinking about Brabbit and other builds that we have coming up, and I'm already a little bit worried about the stress that comes with build. For every build, for every project, there's always a myriad of frustrations and stress and issues. By the end of the day, when you get over it, there's this joy that comes with it. So I'm just here thinking about what will come and what may come. It will come, I know. And so you have to build that mindset already that it's a battle, you're going to face challenges, and of course you also have to have that mindset that at the end of this battle, you're going to be very happy. Well, here goes the Brabbit build.